Oh, yeah.
$460,000 open jobs in the state of New York.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. Joe, did you have a nice Thanksgiving? I didn't even get to ask you that.
I did. Yeah.
Good.
Got family stuff over with, and actually on Thanksgiving itself, I laid around and did nothing.
Oh, that's nice. You and Vader?
Yes.
Nice. Joe, what's your favorite food on Thanksgiving? Your favorite dish?
My mom's stuffing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
What, does she do something different to it?
Well, we always tell people if you knew what was in it, you probably wouldn't eat it, but she takes the gizzards and minces them up and puts them in there with onion and celery. It's good stuff.
Old school.
Good stuff.
Oh, geez, I need to turn my volume down. Good morning, Ben.
Where's Benny Ben? Get my chat on. Good morning, Ben. I saw Ben quickly yesterday at Wendy's.
Yeah.
Watching the Jets game. Some of the other games that came on.
What a weird weekend with the weather. I didn't know. I knew it was going to be snowing in Columbia, Missouri on Saturday because people were talking about it because of the game, but I had no idea that we were going to get that weird weather on Saturday. That was wild.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Kimberly.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have your Christmas decorations up? Vic?
No.
That's this weekend.
Yeah, sometime this week.
Mm-hmm. You guys sound really excited about it. Morning, Addie. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Joe, will you do the outside decorations or will you do inside decorations also?
Both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Got to do both.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if, you had the lady do the inside stuff while you did that.
Well, I help her do it. Her and the kids, we're all going to do the inside stuff, but the outside stuff, I think it's just going to be her and I.
Yeah. Nice. I got my tree decorated and that feels good. It's like the biggest thing I want to get crossed off my list. Good morning, Donna.
I'm not talking as much to protect my voice. I have a bunch of drainage, so my voice is not where it is or should be.
Lemon juice, Vic.
I thought you were trying
I'll get to the lemon juice. I'll get to the lemon juice today, then right after the show.
I thought you were just trying to be kind of sexy or something.
Well, maybe I have to try.
The way that you were walking when you walked in, that sway that you had, and then with your voice.
Joe told me before I didn't have to try to be sexy.
Oh, he did. That's
what Joe told me.
It's all natural.
It just comes out of your pores.
Sexy. I sweat sexy.
Joe, quit telling him that stuff, will you, please?
I sweat sexy. That's a bumper sticker t-shirt waiting to happen.
Oh.
I sweat sexy.
Oh, good night. Abe, That, you know what? That's an awesome Thanksgiving tradition, because then you know when it's happening. That's normally what I do too.
Craig, it helps my Bill Clinton even better.
Oh my gosh.
As I always like to say, for all those young ladies, man, I had a good run.
Without lemon juice, you'll sound like RFK.
Oh no. Well, shit, he pardoned Hunter, man. I didn't do anything. People gave me a hard time for having a little nookie in the White House. Yeah, I lied about it, but it's all good. I knew a man was a man and a woman was a woman.
That I give you. That's a huge.
And I know which one I wanted to be with. I swear, didn't do anything to her that she didn't want me to do.
I think he wants to be with the same that his wife does.
You try marrying what I married. Dear God Almighty. Check. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Welcome to the show before the show. Can you text me what's your friend's name who knew that woman? I was just curious.
Oh, do you want me to text it to you?
Yeah, I didn't think you wanted to say. I mean, you can say it now if you wanted to. I didn't care, but I didn't know if you wanted to say her name on there.
She's a studio girl.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Did the kids get back to school all settled back in?
Yeah, my son left Saturday morning early to beat the snow.
Oh, that was good.
Instead of taking him, it took him like an extra hour.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Thanks, Abe. Yeah, but Highway 70 was shut down Saturday. It was a nightmare for people trying to get to Columbia. Yes, Abe, thank you. Says congrats to your son on a great season at MICDS. Yep, made the state semifinals. Got beat Saturday. They did. The good thing is they have a lot of talent coming back. So let's see what their senior can look like.
Good.
No static, right? Greg said no, right? I like it. I like it a lot. Hey, guys, thanks for liking, subscribing, sharing the show. Congrats to my favorite Mizzou football Tiger of all time, Brady Cook, St. Louis grown. Dad owns a few of the sugar fires in town in the St. Louis area. I can't ever remember there being a better Missouri Tiger. He finished off his home career with a win.
Oh, that's great.
I know. Most successful quarterbacks of all time at the University of Missouri.
Does anybody else's eyes hurt when it starts getting cold? No. Golly, my eyes.
Can't say I've ever experienced.
Do they water? Do your eyes water?
Well, they do. My eyes water. My nose runs all the time when it's cold. But like literally, my eye sockets are like just hurt when it's super cold out. And I'm not running. I don't run outside when it's that cold. So it's not that. I don't know. So strange.
Could be the dryness.
Yeah.
It is the show before the show. Thank you guys for watching us. Lots to get into today. Joe Biden, Australia with a ban on social media for kids. The world is starting to get in line and get in order now that Donald Trump is coming into office. It's amazing how fast things can change when you have somebody that's an actual leader.
Mm-hmm.
Look forward to that. Also, Donald Trump will have choosing Kash Patel, nominating him for FBI director, which is awesome. Andrew Bailey, by the way, was a finalist for that position.
Who?
Andrew Bailey was.
Yeah.
He was flown in to Mar-a-Lago to interview for that, by the way. Missouri's own Attorney General, Andrew Bailey.
Good morning, Mitch, Jeannie, Jamie.
And you're still holding out hope for Tim Scott.
Yep, I am. Just wait.
Oh, yeah. Let's go ahead and start the show, buddy. We'll rock and roll. Presence partner with Cancel This Show with myself, Vic Faust, and my co-host,
Megan Marie. We're ranked in the top 10% globally.
Our show has reached over 1.68 million engaged listeners, and we continue to grow monthly.
Podcasting is one of the best ways to advertise
because it offers a highly engaged audience, SEO-targeted reach,
and the ability to build a personal connection with listeners.
Dive into the dynamic world of cancel culture, politics, all current events, and the latest news with us.
It's the American taxpayers that are having to pay for all of this monkey business left and right.
Look at all of these pictures. They are using AI to generate fake photos, and we show you them. And Joe will show, we got a video of one, we've got certain pictures.
They were hiding the fact and trying to lie to the American people for months that Joe Biden was doing well.
This is Kamala. This is Joe Biden. It's Barack Obama. It's Jake Sullivan, all together doing anything and everything they can to strike back at Donald Trump because he continues to kick their ass.
If that doesn't make you mad enough to vote one way or another in this election, nothing will do it.
Get your company's voice heard, your brand recognized,
and the exposure you deserve.
Does your brand align with our mission?
Let's talk and make an impact together. Hey guys, welcome into cancelthisshow.com. I'm Vic Faust, Megan Marie Moret alongside. We've also got Pro Joe in the house. It is Monday. Welcome to December 2nd. We're ready to rock and roll as always. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving break. Lots of news, believe it or not, that we still are going to get into today. You already had your Christmas stuff up, right? Is that what you said?
Most of it. Yeah, the big stuff.
That's good.
The main chunk of stuff.
Pro Joe and I, a little behind. But
okay.
I mean, it's like I already felt like Christmas came. I did. It was the best Christmas gift ever with Donald Trump winning. Yep. We got the House. We got the Senate. Every state in the country. I repeat, every state in the country switched to red than blue. They shifted more red than blue, which was an amazing thing. So now we're starting to see the fallout from all of it. Yeah. Coming up on the show today, we're just talking a little bit about it. Australia banning social media for kids 16 and under. Very interesting thing to think about. Your packages, we've talked about it before. Maybe dropped off by drones. We actually got video of that. We'll see where that goes. Also, people all around the world, they're afraid of Donald Trump because they know they can't, they just can't fleece the United States anymore. Justin Trudeau was warned by Donald Trump, and what did he do? He came begging like a little dog, little lap dog, to Mar-a-Lago at the end of last week. Great. Kathy Hochul, New York governor, now trying to get in line. Maybe it's because they're worried about their elections that are coming up, and they know that the country and even Canada is showing that conservative is what people want to be. They don't want to be liberals anymore because they know liberalism as we know it now, Democrats as we know it now, is not the way to go. I mean, like I said so many times, when you see young kids in the Black community getting Donald Trump elected, you know there's been a change that has happened. Also, I guess, and we'll talk about it now. Here we go. Merry Christmas to Hunter Biden. He got his big time Christmas gift all wrapped up, ready to go. Here's the thing. I'll tell you right off the bat, Megan, I don't care. It frustrates me a little bit when I think about all the crimes that he did commit, even though Congress stopped investigating him. They had the Biden crime family syndicate under, quote, the gun. And then October 7th happened in Israel, and they stopped Congress stopped. We know that something's up because he gets a pardon that goes all the way back to 2014. He was selling his dad's name, and they don't want any other thing to go out. Yeah, my dad's a president. We'll give you this much information about the United States if you give us this much money. And then, of course, he got busted on tax and gun charges. At this point in time, I don't care. I just want it to end. The worst president in the history of this country, arguably the worst crime, although I'd like to see what happened with Biden really behind the scenes, or I mean with Obama. But we know there was stuff with the Bidens. So, Megan, I know you I don't think there's a right or a wrong answer. I'm not over the top upset that he did it because I expected it to happen, even though he said countless times he would not.
Yeah. Well, first of all, here's my question to you. Do you think that Donald Trump, if Biden did not pardon Hunter, do you think that Trump should have when he got in? Okay.
No.
I don't either. Now there's a big debate amongst people that think that it would have been the right thing to do.
What?
You know, yeah.
Who are those
start
people?
over. I don't get it either.
If somebody believes that, please message the show.
Yeah, let me know. There's just this, sentiment. It's just like, okay, so if there really has been weaponization, of the DOJ and several other departments, now I think that they're just saying that Trump should have gone in, set a precedent, said, look, we're just going to start over. Let bygones be bygones. We're going to start over. I'm going to do this, but I'm also going to pardon the J6ers, and things like that. But I did not think that. And I was really shocked at some of the people that were saying that they thought that Trump should do that if Biden did not. And you know what? No matter what you do for the left, it's not going to wipe the slate clean. They're just going to keep coming back at you, and they don't understand how to play fair. So, if Trump were to come in and be like, okay, well, I'm going to do this and this, and it's not going to
it's a
keep
hypothetical
them from coming to him. But yeah, I didn't think
it doesn't matter. I mean, I knew Biden would do it. I just did. I knew Biden would do it. He would not ever, my little hunty. As a matter of fact, here's video of Joe Biden saying that he would not do it. He said it multiple times on airs with multiple reporters that he would never do it. Obviously, we know why he was doing it, because at this point in time, he was still running for president. So he said all the right things. Then he wanted to see if Kamala would win, because we all know that Kamala would have pardoned Hunter Biden. So then when he realized that he was kicked to the curb like a piece of trash, that Kamala was a piece of trash, and that Trump became president, he knew Trump would not pardon his convicted, just messed up, evil son. So he had to do something. And here's evidence of him once again, and he did this many times.
With regard to the question regarding the family, I'm extremely proud of my son, Hunter. He has overcome an addiction. He's one of the brightest, most decent men I know. And I am satisfied that I'm not going to do anything. I said I abide by the jury decision, and I will do that, and I will not pardon him.
Yeah, he's a liar, but
he is. And that's, you say that you are not surprised.
No, not at all. No, because it's the Biden playbook. It's the Democratic playbook. What have they shown us for the last 4 years? And then even with Obama. And we're not being mean and nasty by saying it. It's what we got. They tell you one thing on media. The media goes with it. Then if they change your mind, the media doesn't cover it, which is a really, really big deal. I haven't seen enough since this came out with mainstream media, if it's being covered a lot or not. But I don't know. I just am not surprised.
Yeah. Well,
and at this point, Megan, I just want them to go away.
Yeah, I do.
And the
too.
Time is ticking on them.
But I think the thing for me that's so
it.
hard is that, again, I don't forget, KJP on multiple different times saying that he would not pardon, that no one is above the law. Not the president's son, no one is above the law. Nancy Pelosi saying the exact same thing. Biden saying it several times too. No one is above the law. And so for a moment, I thought that was going to be like their new thing, like just to make a point, because they went after Trump for breathing wrong, everything that the guy did. And so just to make a point. And so I don't know. I'm not surprised because Joe Biden is also one of the, biggest liars of our time. And so is KJP and the rest of them. But I just, they look really, if they could look any dumber, they look dumber.
You brought up KJP. Here's KJP, by the way. All the evidence, once again, but Democrats don't want to show you. And of course, I shouldn't even say mainstream media anymore because nobody's watching mainstream media anymore. Podcast, where it's at, Fox News. Even Newsmax is beating CNN. Rob Schmidt. Congrats, Rob Schmidt. Here's a compilation of KJP lies, once again showing you that she was the most dishonest and worst press secretary in the history of this country.
Second one, would the president pardon or commute his son if he's convicted?
So I've answered this question before. It was asked of me not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago, and I was very clear, and I said no.
Okay. Let me go back to the first question of the briefing. I know you said not a lot's changed since yesterday and that it's a personal matter, but from a presidential perspective, is there any possibility that the president would end up pardoning his son?
No.
Again, you've also said several times that the president would not pardon or commute the sentences for his son, Hunter. I just want to make sure that is not going to change over the next 6 months. The president's saying he would not.
It's still a no. It's still a no.
It will always be a no.
It's still a no. It will be a no. It is a no.
Oh, really?
And I don't have anything else to add. Will he pardon his son? No.
Well, if she can't find a job, they could turn her upside down and use her for a mop. That is one ugly woman with that hair inside and out. I am sorry.
I think her outfits are really cute.
Maybe her outfits are, but I can't get past the hair and the face and the attitude and the heart and the lies. So there you go. I mean, she just looked at people and lied to them.
Like they were stupid.
Maybe that's why I think she's ugly, because of the lies. Just so much.
And that's what they do. They look at you like you've got a problem.
The narcissist of all narcissists, KJP.
Yes. Like I've answered this 10 times. Exactly. We just want to make sure that we have you on film one more time saying that Joe Biden would not pardon his son. And it's just another lie.
And guess what?
To the list.
Guess what? She's nowhere to be found today or for the next few days. Guess where she is? She's in Angola. Oh, guess who's there? President Biden. So they conveniently announced this on a Sunday because he had a sentencing coming up this week. Hunter, that is. Sentencing was coming up. So they knew they had her lie. We just showed you. In the show, we provide fact. We're about fact, not fiction. We're about truth, not feelings. It's fact over feelings. Sorry.
Yep.
She was a liar. We've told you for years she was a liar. Now we've proved to you with fact. We just don't say things, we show you and prove to you. Most liberal people who do podcasts or TV, they just give you their opinion and talk about emotions, but they never show you fact, ever. Because there isn't anything that backs their opinion, which is why they got their asses beat in the election on every stage of the game. So KJP isn't anywhere to be found, and she's not doing any press briefings. And guess what? She'll be available, but only on written responses. She's not going to be in front of a camera. They shipped her off to Angola.
Oh my gosh.
That's what the Democratic Party does. And I'm sorry if you're a Democrat, I feel bad for you because you know you have no party right now. Joe Biden dropped a bomb on the Democratic Party. And then he made it worse by, well, it wasn't his decision to have Kamala run, but her running because she was the worst candidate for president in the history of this country. And then on top of it all, now this pardon. I mean, this is why I'm not angry at all with it, because it opens up and makes it so much easier for Donald Trump to do some things.
Yes, it does.
You know where I'm going with that.
Yes, absolutely. And I love that. I mean, that's the one good part about this is, that now it gives Trump some leverage to come back in. And if I was Trump, I'd come in, I'd be like, you're pardoned and you're pardoned and you're pardoned, and not even commute. Like, don't even commute the sentences, just straight up pardon everybody. I mean, just go around and just give everybody a pardon, especially all the J6ers and all of the other nonsense of, sentencing that the left has, done to all of these innocent people over the last 4 years. So, yeah, I mean, I think that if anything, this is his hall pass. He gets to go in and do it and not feel bad about it at all, because the thing about this is that Hunter is a true criminal. The things that he's done.
There are people in prison right now who've done less with the same kind of convictions who are in prison for many years.
That's right.
And they're upset. You're going to see more of those interviews that are done. It's sad that those people are in jail and he isn't, but I understand why he isn't. And sometimes there are people who are above the law, despite what the Democrats tell us.
Exactly.
I mean, once again, another compilation of great video, which you don't see on local or national news, but we'll show it to you on these sorts of shows. Listen to all the Democrats who went after Donald Trump, trying to tell him, you are not above the law. You are not above the law. Really? The best part about this whole situation and Donald Trump being president now in 2024 instead of 2020 is we are wiping away the sins of America. We are wiping away all of the bullshit that Donald Trump, conservatives, people like you and I have dealt with for 4 years. And you know what you've dealt with trying to speak truth. Just remember who these people are and the message that they gave you. It's all right here. Just look how sick this is and what hypocrites Democrat leaders are.
No one is above the law.
No one is above the law.
Nobody is above the law.
No one is above the law.
No one is above the law.
Nobody is above the law.
No one 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 is above the law.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yep, there's the Democratic Party for you.
Unbelievable. Well, Elizabeth Warren, obviously, you know, there are some people that are above the law, her being one. I mean, her trying to come in and portray that she was, you know, American Indian. Clearly she's not. So, you know, you guys are right when you say that there are people that are above the law. And if that doesn't show that there's a huge bureaucracy and deep state in Washington, D.C., I don't know what does. I mean, these people, it just blows my mind. Just to listen to them say this, and then they're just going to, I can't wait to see what they're going to say. I can't wait to, you know, because Nancy Pelosi, they're going to ask her again. They have to. I mean, I want to see all of the people that have done this.
She's not in office anymore.
No, I know, but you know,
her time is done.
It is, but
The more they
that woman
ask
has
her,
caused so
I know,
much harm.
But Schumer too. But guess what? That the more you put a camera here, any actor needs an audience. They crave the attention. They crave the camera. They crave the headlines. When you give them a camera, which mainstream media will probably do, they love it. It lets them stay somewhat pertinent, or at least feel like, oh, I have a say. And I'm tired of seeing them all. It's over. It's a new time.
Yeah.
It's a new time.
Well, and like Greg, you've said a couple times, and I heard that too, that Biden, you know, is just basically like, you know, look, they went after my son because it was political, because of me. He's a good boy. He's one of the best, most decent men I've ever met in my life. He has not only overcome addiction, he's a great father, whatever. He's all of these things. He's just a wonderful person. And the only reason why they tried to persecute him at all was for political reasons, because his dad, you know, was in office, which is such bull. The guy's a criminal. I mean, we have tapes. We see what the guy does. We see what he's done. And so I just think it's funny that Biden is using exactly what he did to Trump over the last 4 years, tried to go after a political opponent in the most horrific and unconstitutional ways that you could. And then he's going to say that people were going after his son for political reasons. It's such crap. And Rick, so you were asking if we thought that Biden would pardon Trump. What do you say?
Biden, what?
Pardoning Trump.
What do you mean by pardon?
Do you think and that's kind of it's a tricky question right now. Well, just to go ahead and even though most of the indictments against him are falling apart right now, they're going away. What's left, he could go in.
No, he's not going to, and he doesn't need to. And I said this before, Trump doesn't need it, doesn't want it, because then you're accepting it. It's a done deal.
Yeah, I don't think I wouldn't even accept it.
No.
Like if I was Trump, I'd be like, you know what?
No.
Clearly, this is falling apart on its own. I don't need your pardon.
And here's the thing. Hunter is a miserable man. If anybody thinks he's living a happy, successful, fruitful life, think again. He's not. Look at him. You can look into his eyes and see the sadness. This is a man that has we all make mistakes in life, but it's what you do after you make your mistakes. This man has destroyed so much of himself, people around him, kids' lives, women's lives, his dad's life. But at the end of the day, what it does for me, I don't wish horror, even if people screw you over. It's like, I get it. Sometimes you want to just go out and shove that knife right in their back after you get a chance and you get the upper hand. Hunter Biden will meet his maker someday. Hunter Biden is not a happy man. Hunter Biden can't go anywhere with people not looking at him and whispering about him and talking about what a piece of shit he is. So I'm taking the stance, and there's no right or wrong with our opinions. I'm taking the stance, fine. I thought it was going to happen from the get-go anyway, because we know that the Bidens are not character people. There's no integrity there. But it gives Donald Trump even more of a mandate to go right or wrong, as Megan said, starting with the J6ers. The people who are still in prison should not be there. There were no deaths that day, despite what media and liberals and Democrats and people who want to present a false narrative say. There were no deaths, not from the riot, not from any riot. No riot ever happened. So now Donald Trump can go immediately in and take care of business. He already posted on Truth Social, quote, does the pardon given by Joe to Hunter include the J6 hostages who now have been in prison for years? Such an abuse and miscarriage of justice. Donald Trump is going to wrong that right. He's going to right that wrong. Yeah. Thank God. Mm-hmm. Thank God. And anything else that may come up, especially take a look at the military. There are some people that were in our military who were disagreeing with liberal leaders, military leaders. Donald Trump will go in there and take care of that as well. And it gives him even more of a mandate because Joe Biden did this. So if people are already losers and trash, which the Bidens are, and I know it might come across as being difficult and mean, but that's what they are. They're losers and trash, and that's how they've handled themselves. And why? Because they've given us examples. Even disowning his own granddaughter, Hunter Biden, or Joe Biden, and then Hunter Biden. So that's why I'm not freaking out about it. Is it wrong? Is it an abuse of power? Yes. Is it wrong and horrible what they did to Donald Trump and J6ers? Yes, but at least he can go make things right now. Yeah. And he has more of a ground.
Yeah, he definitely does. Absolutely. He doesn't have to worry about, someone saying you're not above the law. Why would you go and pardon all of these, innocent people, because they are innocent. And Donald Trump's not going to go and try to pardon people that are, in trouble for doing something of a criminal nature, truly. He's going to go in and pardon the people that have been treated unfairly, like he was. And I think that that's more than fair. And I can't wait until he does it. I really can't. And if I was a Democrat and I voted for Kamala Harris this year, and I was a true Democrat.
Wait a minute. What does a true Democrat mean?
That, a true Democrat to me would be someone that, is just all into this social justice. And like they are saying right now, no one is above the law. Got to keep everything fair, because they're the biggest virtue signalers alive. Everything's, just got to be fair. It's got to be right. It's got to be just. It's got to be, just even Steven. I mean, are they delusional? Yes. But if I was voting Democrat this last election based on so many of these principles that the left has been jamming down our throats, such as what we just showed, KJP, Nancy Pelosi, Schumer, all these people saying that no one is above the law, and then you voted for this, wouldn't you be disappointed at all of this? Wouldn't you be so disappointed in all of these people that are now coming along and saying, all of these Democrats that are now jumping on the Trump train, the Kathy Hochuls, all of these people, and that's what I'm saying. So are the Democrats that voted this year for Kamala Harris, are they going to back Now the pardons that Biden's going to do, are they going to back, us going in and trying to tap into our own natural resources? Are they going to be okay with us securing our border finally? Or are they going to be, on the nut job train with the rest of them saying that, no, we're going to protect the illegals here? I mean, there's just so many things that if I was truly a Democrat and I voted left, I'd be so disappointed right now because everything's turning right.
By the way, I need to get this out there too. Logan, thank you. And Connie, thank you for following up on it. Yeah, there was one death on January 6th. It was Ashley Babbitt. She was murdered inside the Capitol by a cop. Yeah, who had no business shooting her. So, we have talked about that at length. And her life was taken, and it should not have been. And of course, the media did the whole narcissistic thing. Oh, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the other things and make up lies. So yes, she needed to be spoken about. So thank you for bringing that up, my friend.
Well, and what's the left going to do when they find out that there wasn't several police officers killed that day and hundreds of others that were, critically injured? And, I mean, what are they going to do when they find out the truth? I don't know who's going to release the first true documentary. But I just cannot wait. What are they going to do? I mean, wouldn't you just, who knows what they'll do? But I mean, just to find out how many lies they have been told by their party for the last 4 years, I'd be super disappointed.
Well, like I said, wrongs are being righted. Last week, at the end of last week, Donald Trump said, Canada, Mexico, if you don't secure your borders, we're going to put a 25% tariff on you. And guess what happened? Mexico immediately stopped 2 caravans that were coming into the United States. We showed you the video of it. Guess what? It's no more. This is how easy it is to make this country great again. It takes, and guess what? It doesn't take some real smart guy to do this. Donald Trump's just doing what the deep state would not do under Obama. Well, Obama wasn't as bad as Joe Biden, but he changed over the years. And then under Biden, this is how easy it is. So Mexico says, okay, we'll stop that. Money talks. And then he looked north. Guess who begged for an invitation to come into Mar-a-Lago? Little bitch boy, Justin Trudeau. He came and sat on Donald's lap like a little lap dog he is and begged for mercy. This is what happens. This is how America should be. You get peace through strength. That's right. And that's what Donald is. And this is what the left was so afraid of. They tried to tell lies, threat to democracy, when they knew that Donald Trump would make America great again, and it burns their prideful hearts. And Donald is literally sitting there, and then there's Justin Trudeau knowing that his country's going to get crushed. He has an election coming up. God, I hope he loses.
Oh, me too.
But he's begging for mercy from Donald Trump. Sitting, taking a smiling picture with Donald. This is why I say be positive, be happy. We don't have to whack-a-mole these Democrats as we go. If they pop up, yeah, you knock them back down. But we're moving forward, and Donald Trump is erasing the sins of this country over the past 4 years, and even before that. And the left is losing their mind right now. Yes, they're circling the wagon somewhere, coming up with some sort of plan, because they'll never go away. But what Trump is doing, literally, Justin Trudeau, the man, the face of socialism, sitting at Mar-a-Lago, getting us talking to. Donald Trump said, this is how things are going to be. You're getting in line, or I'm going to destroy you because I care about America first. And then there he is taking smiling pictures like, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. I'll do whatever you say, sir.
Yeah.
It's amazing what is happening. And then that wasn't even enough.
And he's not even the president yet. And look at this. I mean, it's just amazing.
And then here's the other thing I love what he did. Over the weekend, he said, any countries, because we take care of the world still. As much debt as we have, we still take care of the world. Any countries that are in active conversations, active discussions, active actions of any kind to devalue our American dollar, we will 100% tariff you. 100% tariff you. Guess what? The world has gone silent because they know the man is back. And this is why America is great again, why America will be safer again, why America will be healthier again. Hell, even Bibles are up. Sales of Bibles up over 20%. It all connects. And this is the great thing, and it's why I'm so positive. And I know people get angry at me sometimes. Oh, Vic, we need to go pay those Democrats for what they did. It's like, no, I get it. I'm taking Donald Trump's stance on it. He's like, I don't have time for retribution. I don't have time for revenge. It's time to get things done and just wipe away the worst 4 years that this country has seen.
Yeah. I just hope
I know.
Makes time for justice.
I know.
Please.
I'm
It doesn't have
focused
to
more
be
on the
retribution
positive.
or revenge, but he needs to make sure that he takes time for justice.
Jeannie says
he deserves
Ukraine.
it.
What happened with Ukraine? What specifically? Because there's been a lot that's been happening over there with Zelensky.
Maybe she's talking about them wanting to let Russia have part of Ukraine. Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know if that's what you're talking about.
We brought that up, I think, at the end of last week. Ukraine has offered to end the war without taking any land from Russia right now.
Yeah.
Which would be, it's all of a sudden. This is why they tried to kill Donald Trump. Not once, but twice.
Yeah. And, the thing is, too, is that we have to keep in mind that we're going to hear all these little deals that are going to be going on, whether it's Putin and Zelensky or in the Middle East with Lebanon and Israel or whoever. And these playbooks change by the day. So just, we just have to remember that nothing is set in stone, and it's not just, things don't happen just that easy. So, everybody's got their own, angle. And so, for Zelensky to say, I'll go ahead and let you have a little piece of this, and for Putin to go, oh, okay, that's just dandy. Let's go ahead and sign here on the dotted line. It's not going to happen like that. And it's not going to happen like that with, Hezbollah, Hamas, the Houthis. It's just an ever-changing event. So it will be interesting, though, to see what happens when Donald Trump really is in office.
Well,
what he can do from that
standpoint. This is why I'm so excited. And like every day, there's like new life on this country because I love America, like all of us do. And I can't wait to undo all of these things. I mean, hell, not to get off subject, but I even saw, and I'm trying to validate it, that Elon even came out yesterday and said that January 20th is the day that they're going to release Diddy and Epstein's list. And I'm like, oh my God, I hope that's not fake. And I hope it's real. And there are 2 articles that I found saying that Elon said that publicly. And I'm like, okay, I'm looking for a third source, but I'm like, really? All this stuff going down? And we're going to get to this now. Glenn even said that Kash Patel, who will be the new FBI director, is now being directed to get to the bottom of the Russian collusion hoax. Wouldn't that be amazing? The day of reckoning has come. This is really in our Star Wars trilogy, Return of the Jedi, where we make everything right again. Yeah. Kash Patel, since you brought him up, will be the new FBI director. He was with Trump during the first term. He knows where the bodies, quote, are buried. And he is why the evil Democrats that are out there, not all are, but there are some that are, don't want him because they know he is coming in to clean house. Kash tells you what's going on. He's ready to do away with the DOJ. And we remind you of who Kash is. Again, we introduced you to him if you didn't know him already a few weeks back. But just to give you more of an idea of who he is and what he wants to do. Once again, America becoming great again.
I'd shut down the FBI Hoover building on day one and reopening the next day as a museum of the deep state. And I'd take the 7,000 employees that work in that building and send them across America to chase down criminals. Go be cops. You're cops. Go be cops. Go chase down murderers and drug dealers and violent offenders. What do you need 7,000 people there for? Same thing with DOJ. What are all these people doing here? Looking for their next government promotion, looking for their next fancy government title, looking for their parachute out of government. So while you're bringing in the right people, you also have to shrink government and out of it. I'd shut down the...
Yeah.
Hello.
I mean, he's amazing. And people should be scared because he's coming for you. And Christopher Wray, you are going to be fired. So...
Yeah, he's on contract. He's on contract as FBI director, I think, till 2027.
Yeah,
I believe it's 2027.
Okay.
Where
I didn't know if it was 26 or 27.
So he's going to have to be fired.
Yeah, he'll have to be fired.
And Trump's going to fire him. And I don't know the legal ramifications or what will happen. But yes, Glenn, it is brilliant. Jeannie, exactly. So the best part about that is he's going in and he is coming in to take care of business.
Yes, he is.
And it's almost as if he comes from the same mindset and school of Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy when it comes to Doge. and making sure that the government is operating as cleanly and swiftly and honestly as it should be. Hell, did you even hear over the weekend Bernie Sanders came out and backed Elon Musk?
I did not hear that.
Bernie's backing Elon Musk on his philosophies with this whole Doge concept.
Wow.
Democrats are continuing to jump in and jump with Donald Trump. They all want to get into bed with Donald now.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Daddy.
They know what's good for them.
Donald is your daddy, Democrats. He's the triple D. Donald is your daddy, Democrats. I love it. So the best part, again, is Donald is making them all run. They're all like freaking out. Oh, we want to be with Donald. I mean, who in a million years thought, literally 6 months ago, Justin Trudeau would be begging for mercy at Mar-a-Lago?
Yeah. Well, and the other thing too, we talked about this is, we were talking about
Daddy's home. I love it.
Yeah, Daddy's home. The TDS and how real it is and how just deranged and crazy so many people are on the left. We talked about the assassination attempts on Trump, that basically, these people will go to any length to hurt him or the people around him. And we learned that over the weekend too, that, what is there, 7 or 8 people, his cabinet picks, his, the people that he's appointed, death threats, major death threats against these people. It just goes to show what sick individuals we are dealing with. And that goes back to my point, Vic, about keeping Donald Trump in a bubble until January 20th.
Yeah, he's going to be fine.
Same reasons. But, isn't that just, it just goes to show truly how deranged, delusional, and mentally ill so many people are just out there walking around. Not only do they want to take Trump out, they're so afraid of these people that are going to come in and hold you accountable. And truly, I always say I'm super excited for the Democrats too, because they're going to know, whether they admit it or not, it's not going to take long for them to say, thank God Trump is back. Whether they admit it or not,
they'll never say that.
They're not. But you know what? I'm okay with that, because I'm excited for them, because they're going to be able to provide for their families better. It's all going to be better for you.
Yeah, I'm not stick it in your face type of person, and neither are you. I'm not. Sorry, I'm not all about retribution.
There's some
revenge.
people that I want to stick it in their face. AOC being one of them, and that's all I'm going to say. But
you're going to see Democrats try to. I mean, she came out. They're trying to take attention away. The Democrats are so desperate right now. They're trying to promote her as running for president in 2028, as if that's a good thing.
Oh my gosh.
They didn't learn their lesson.
No,
already.
it's like,
she's another
let it go. Just put it to bed.
Just great as president.
Oh my God.
Yeah. No, I'm embarrassed for her and for the left. I mean, just when, you guys know how I feel about her. I think that she's an awful human being.
She's not even worth the time.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to do, to take away from Donald Trump. But that's where I say, sit back, enjoy this ride, because things are literally, you get something new every day. And it's like, oh my God. It reminds me of all the crap that we've been through. And here we are.
Yeah.
It's truly a miracle of how fast things are going to change. Tanya says, who do you think will be Secret Service leader? Wouldn't it be Bongino? I thought his name was going to be mentioned for that.
Yeah, I thought so too. Did we not go forward with that? Or, did we ever hear from Trump? Did he confirm that?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, his pictures that we showed his picture.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm just grateful where we are.
Me too.
Literally every single day, we are continuing to get this good news. Now, is Justin Trudeau coming to Mar-a-Lago because he's trying to save face in Canada with the Conservatives that are there? Kathy Hochul, the New York governor, who allowed the illegal, perverse persecution of Donald Trump there. She could have stopped it. She didn't.
Yep.
She played politics. Then she went after New York City Mayor Eric Adams because he tried to work with Donald Trump. They pinned a bunch of lies on him as well. Yeah. Now, listen to what she's saying about illegals after saying she wanted New York City to be sanctuary, or New York to be a sanctuary city, and she would never get ICE involved. Now listen to what Kathy Hochul is saying about illegal immigrants in the state of New York.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, last one, Rebecca.
Governor, First Blakeman in Nassau County has said Nassau County is not a sanctuary county. We're going to cooperate with ICE. Do you have any plans on, ways that the state might approach the president's plans for mass deportation? Is New York as a whole, under your leadership, a sanctuary state? And I believe that there's a coalition of governors akin to your climate leadership governor coalition focused on protecting immigrants. Is that something that you consider joining?
Well, I would say this. Our immigration system is woefully broken. It's been broken for decades. There was an opportunity to make meaningful change that the Republicans in the House of Representatives killed, and they should be held accountable for that. But we need to fix the border, fix the system.
Oh,
But I'll
really?
tell you this. Those who come here legally, we want to get them jobs. I have 460,000 open jobs in the state of New York. I want them to get the proper work permits. I want them to keep their temporary protective status, if that's what they have. I want to make sure that they're part of contributing to society while they're here. That's separate from people who are criminals. Someone breaks the law, I'll be the first one to call up ICE and say, get them out of here. So there is a difference in categories of individuals. And so I just had a meeting this morning with my team that's been studying all the scenarios that could play out over the next few months and what we need to do to prepare. We'll be announcing more about that. And also making sure that our final requests to the Biden administration are secure. And so that's something else, again, I'll do a report on what we've achieved in the next couple of weeks.
So just to be clear, are you supportive or not supportive of deporting undocumented immigrants whose only crime is either crossing the border or overstaying?
If they're here with legal papers, like they came and they're seeking asylum, like the 224,000 people who came to New York, they're here legally in search of asylum. And that process will play out. But there are other people who commit crimes or are known to be criminals before they arrived here. When those are identified, I'll be the first one to help get rid of them. I don't want them here. I don't want anybody terrorizing my citizens. So that's the difference. Thanks, everybody.
Oh my gosh.
How times have changed.
How times have changed.
If she's legit, if she's serious, that's amazing. But even if she's lying, it shows you how afraid she is of Donald Trump. And also this guy named Tom Homan. Yeah, the borders are, there's actually somebody doing that job now, Kamala. And they're afraid because they have the federal government on their side. They have the law on their side. They will convict you for felonies if you aid and abet in illegal. It's over, Democrats. I'm sorry. You need to restructure and try to make yourself into a party that can help iron sharpen iron for our political system and for this country.
Yep. And this is one of the blue city leaders that came out the day after Trump was elected this year, reelected for the next presidency. Her, Pritzker, all these other people come out. We're going to defend our citizens of this state. No one's going to come in here and take away any of our citizens. No one's going to break up these families. No one's going to do this, that, and the other. And how she has flipped. They are the party of flip-flop for sure. For her to say, I'm going to deport any, criminal, illegal criminal. I'm going to do this. I'm going to call ICE right away. I mean, that is not what she said a couple of weeks ago. And I think that they're learning really fast. Like you said, Vic, not just by Trump being back, but having people like Homan, that are in there. And he's like, I'm not going to back down. You can try to intimidate me. You can say these things. You can death threat me. You can do all of these things. I'm not going anywhere. I am going to remove illegal aliens from this country. And for her to say, I thought it was really remarkable that she just said, but the people that are here for asylum, we're gonna make sure that they're here for asylum, and it's gonna be a process, she said. So just keep one thing in mind, everyone, that when she's saying that she's gonna allow people to be here for asylum, while the vetting process is going on for asylum, which is such a joke, they are going around, she's gonna let them stay and murder and rape our women, our children, beat up cops, do all of these other horrible things while she's vetting them for asylum. So that's another little loophole that I think will be interesting to see how we follow up with that. So she, you know, she hasn't changed. She's a wolf, you know, in sheep's clothes for the time being.
So anybody who thought that after Trump won, this would be a dead period until he took office, it's not. This is one of the most exciting times politically, and I love politics, and I've been involved in it my whole professional career from a news standpoint. I'm loving life right now. Isn't this fun?
Oh, yeah.
It's exciting. Every day, something feels different. Something gives me more hope. Something gives me energy where I'm like, wow. Thank you, God, for answered prayers. I mean, even the little thing that I heard, I know it's me and people don't preach. When I heard that even Bible sales are now up 20%, I'm like, oh, thank God. Thank God. It's just, we're headed the right direction. And I love it.
Yeah.
And it's getting better by the day. Who would ever thought we'd be having video where literally Elon Musk is hanging out at Mar-a-Lago? Now, I know he's been given more power than any non-elected person in the history of this country. So Donald Trump is trusting him a lot, but everything that is happening seems so, I mean, Bernie Sanders, like I said earlier, jumping on the train, like, yeah, I like this. But then again, remember, Bernie Sanders was also kicked out of the Democratic Party. I'll call it kicked out when they pushed ahead Hillary Clinton. Yeah. They know, they see everybody's trying to get involved in this. And then did you see this? Bill Gates at the end of last weekend even was saying positive things about Donald Trump. He wanted to get involved. Guess who else was tweeting about Donald Trump over the weekend? Mark Zuckerberg.
Of course.
Talking about Donald Trump being this legend. He didn't use that word. That he could really change things in America and he wanted to be a part of it. I think, Mark, you're going to get a call from Kash Patel. I do.
Exactly.
I think something's going to happen there. Glenn says, Vic, I totally agree. Feels like a lot of weight has been lifted off of us. It does. It feels that way.
Yeah.
But look at everybody is wanting to get on Donald Trump's good side.
Yep. Well, and
Mark
they should.
Zuckerberg,
I don't
Bernie
blame them.
Sanders, Bill Gates.
Yeah. Bill Gates. Well, he knows that.
Even George Soros' son, Alex, was giving Trump credit after the election, talking about what a great candidate and a great campaign he ran.
Yeah. If I was Bill Gates, I'd be super afraid because I feel like the whole pandemic, I think a lot of the whole going after Fauci, going after the Bill Gates, going after those people because of the pandemic, I think that he's probably shaking in his boots.
Well, don't forget,
and he should be.
RFK Jr. also said last week, Anthony Fauci, where are you? In an interview, he's like, I'm looking for you.
Yep.
I was like, can this get any better?
Yep. And I think that that's probably one of the reasons why, people like Bill Gates are like, oh man, I'm going to be exposed. I'm going to be exposed for telling the entire world in a commercial, seeing that I have nothing to do with medicine or anything like that, telling everyone that the only way to keep people safe and to eradicate the COVID-19 virus is to make sure that every single person on the face of the earth had a vaccine.
Who's Fred Flintstone? Jeannie says, get Fred Flintstone. I want him out. Who's Fred Flintstone? Donna says, me too. It's the happiest time for me in a long time. Michelle says she doesn't trust any of that with Zuckerberg or Gates, clearly.
Yeah.
Although Donald has a way of using people who were once on the left and or enemies to get what he needs out of them, to squeeze the right juice. Is the juice worth the squeeze? Donald will make the right decision. If he makes a wrong one, I'll go down with that. Donald Trump hasn't even called the movie van or signed anything, and things are getting done, as Greg says. Donna says, for so long, nothing but fear mongering. Now, happy positivity.
Yes.
That's kind of,
Pritzker. He does look like Fred Flintstone now that you say that. Yeah, he's a piece of work.
And of course, Zuckerberg is also the guy who said that the government made him restrict Facebook for all of us. And we've all dealt with that. And hell, there's times where we feel like we're still dealing with it. That's for sure.
Yeah. So how long do you think that he's going to be able to use that playbook, that he was forced by the government to censor people and to ban certain people for having certain political views or just views in general, not even political, for him to be forced to take them down by our government? I cannot wait to see how long he's going to be able to hold out on that one. I mean, it's just a big joke, all of them, and it's just for me, I feel good about watching people that did all of these things to, whether it was Trump or just to the American people. I feel good about watching them be held accountable. None of this pardon, I'll pardon you if you pardon me, whatever. I think that it all needs to just be picked apart, and all of these people, like we were just mentioning, I think that they need to be held accountable for everything they did.
Maybe somehow, some way, the good part, maybe they're holding him accountable where Donald's sending his people to go do it. He's not having to do it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look like he's going after for the revenge factor, but maybe his pension.
Yes. His new
people.
appointees.
Oh, and the best thing is these appointees, they are fiery. They love Donald Trump. They have his back. They are the anti-Mike Pence, and Mike Pence should never, ever, ever be allowed to get away with how lukewarm he was. And I'm not even talking about January 6th, just in general, and what he tried to do after the election. Nobody should ever, he shouldn't even be allowed to call himself a Republican. He shouldn't.
Yeah.
Didn't he say he wasn't voting for Donald Trump too in the election?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't anybody ever let Mike Pence, if you see him. If I saw him, I'd be honest with him.
Yes, he did.
Be direct with him.
Yeah,
but he's not a good man. But anyway, it's all about moving forward. And
I truly believe that, and we've talked about this before, but I think that all of what happened in Trump's first administration, having the Mike Pences around him, having people that did not want good for him, that really had a dagger in his back before, he even was inaugurated. But, I think that all of those things are just what's going to make him just even a better president. And I mean, just like his picks that he's picked, I mean, these are all people that have been proven loyalists to him, not because he's a, dictator, like everybody's wanting to say, oh, these loyalists are, they think he's a king. It's not because of that, because they believe in the same things.
You mean he's not a threat to democracy?
Right. Surprise. No, I mean, these are just people that
he's such a bad man. He hired 4 or 5 women to cabinet positions.
I mean, what
people
a
of all
misogynist.
people of all colors, people of all cultures. And I thought about you for this yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
He's such a bad man that he's doing this now too. President Trump has announced a plan to prosecute the Biden administration for the 325,000 kids that went missing, as Megan told you, and focuses on her show, into human trafficking and sex slavery during their open border policies.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Donald Trump. You're such a bad, mean guy.
Yeah.
Oh, you're such a misogynist. You're such a threat to our democracy. National media won't tell you about it, but we will, because we're about facts, not feelings.
Yeah. Not to bring up too much of it again, but, they showed more footage over the weekend of more kids coming over the border by themselves, speaking no English. There was a 10-year-old boy, I'm sure a lot of you guys saw it, but comes over, he speaks no English, and he was completely by himself, and he was sobbing.
And in the middle of nowhere.
Right. And, the people that were supposed to be bringing him over just ditched him, just left him. And that's what's happening. And that's what I cannot convey enough, is that he is just one of hundreds of thousands of children that the same exact thing is happening. And his journey up until that point, most likely he had been, raped, sexually assaulted just on the way. Now he gets here, and then, is he going to fall into that huge, huge group of children that just is gone? I mean, is just disappears, or is he going to be trafficked? Or what are the chances of someone coming forward that has DNA? Because, remember, we were pushing to have DNA proof that if you were to come forward and say that you were a sponsor or family and you're going to take care of these children that were coming over, that's what the right wanted. And the left pushed and pushed and pushed until they won. They did not want any DNA proof to have to be presented for these children to go with these people. So it just, I don't understand their way of thinking. It's just so sick and deranged to me. I mean, why would you not, and hey, I'm not saying that all family is great, so that if you've got DNA, automatically you're going to treat these children right. I'm not saying that either. But hey, it's a lot better chances that those kids are going to, find a safe home of some kind versus just letting them come over like that. And it was just heartbreaking to see these children come over and just be like just completely left, just ditched.
But once again, these are the kind of things that have to be taken care of. And I said it before, a guy who I know, he was DEA, he's moved on to another position. They have already been told that they will be out looking in a new plan to take care and deport illegals. It's not just talk. It is a reality. And if you haven't realized that from Tom Homan, you soon will. Hey, before we get out of here today, I want to do something fun. Is that cool?
Yeah. Let's go.
I think this is. I want to show this video. We've talked about this before. Amazon and delivery services using drones to deliver your packages. I don't know how this will work. I don't know how it's safe. I don't know how idiots won't try to shoot these down or take them down or something, but we're showing you the video right now of what's happening with the drone dropping off a package in somebody's backyard. And as Joe says, blowing it to the side.
Yeah.
Look at that. This is actually being considered and tested out in parts of the country right now.
It's so crazy.
I think this is how we start the deportation process.
How? What's your idea?
Like a claw, go down and pick them up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Let them pick them up and then pluck them and put them right across the border. And
yep.
Joe says, never should we okay this. I'm curious why. I don't see how this can happen with drones flying up and down the streets.
Yeah. What's your
or where are they coming out of an Amazon fulfillment center? I just
I don't
saw
know.
this.
And like we said before the show, clearly they will not be able to deliver anything fragile or breakable.
yeah, the package is definitely second.
Yeah.
What's first? The delivery. We got it there.
Delivery.
Jeannie just said her friend in California has it. Wow.
What do you mean she has it?
I guess they have drone delivery.
So they're
Is that
actually
something you can sign up for, I guess.
I don't know.
But see that's a pretty good sized little drone craft. If you're familiar with drones, that's got some good size to it. And I guess it would take something of that to drop off a package. And of course, I don't know if there's certain weights. They have different drones.
It's wild though. But like you were saying that, that people might, want to shoot these down and stuff, but I mean, it's no different,
There's always going to be some ass that wants to throw a ball
Yeah.
or a baseball or a BB gun or
yeah.
I feel like I'm being my privacy is being infringed upon. Joe, you're not the asshole, but if you saw one coming down your street at your house, you'd want to take it down, wouldn't you?
I don't know about take it down.
You
but
don't trust
I
it,
wouldn't
though.
want it in my backyard taking pictures.
Would
or
you give it the
video.
bird? Would you be out there giving him the bird?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
for
of course
sure.
he would.
Yeah. I might throw something.
A double bird.
But seriously, I mean, it has video and it's taking pictures of dropping off the package too. Oh yeah, Jeannie says her friend in California, their packages get delivered by drone. She sent a video.
Yeah.
Man, as we show that, it just UFO reports.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, Joe, I totally agree with you. I think that I think if the wrong hands get on it too, it could be.
Okay.
It could be used
Well, think
in
of
a
the
bad, in
data
a
that
bad
they
way.
collect. Think of the data that they collect as well. They're getting video and photo of everybody's backyards at this point.
Well,
so they can't get it of the front yard. They've got everything they can of the front yards, but now they're getting backyard information.
Well, and I think another great point to bring up too is that, one of Trump's biggest things that he wants to do is make sure that people's privacy.
Damn.
What were you going to bring that up?
No, go. I'll tell when you get done. I'll
But
tell something.
Make sure that people's privacy, that the government isn't, not only overreaching and overspending, but over seeking and looking into people's private lives. I mean, because right now Big Brother has got you. I mean, you are being watched. We're being heard on our phone. You can't say a word without an ad showing up.
That's the truth.
I mean,
and if they can do this with, social media, then they can do it with Prime, Amazon Prime, for sure.
Domino's, California, also using drones to deliver pizzas. Jeannie says
That's
that video
crazy.
is a higher drop than they do here. They said they go a little bit lower where they go. But once again, I don't know. I mean, if you go lower, does a dog come flying out of somewhere and freaking take a drone down?
Wow. I mean, this is crazy. Kathy says that Walmart in Rogers, Arkansas uses drones to deliver things. This is wild.
No, we appreciate the updates from all around the
Yeah.
country. I know we have people who
Great.
listen from all across the country. I just thought it was a very interesting topic.
It is.
Um,
I'm not ready for it. I'm not. I mean, I think it's, I do. I think, I mean, I just walking outside and now, you're going to see drones flying all over instead of the Amazon trucks. Weird.
Well, flying cars are here.
Yeah.
Humans do just fine. Stop it. Just stop it.
Well, we're gluttons and we're greedy and we just are never satiated. We just got to have more and more and more. And it's just got to be easier. No wonder everybody's overweight in the United States. Nobody even goes out to their freaking mailbox anymore. I mean, it's literally you open your front door and your groceries.
Roland says
there.
MySpace, Facebook wasn't started just to connect people. It was a social experiment that we failed. Greg, thank you for us sounding great. I know you and Joe were working on that. Also, some breaking news before we get out of here today. No surprise, Adam Schiff is now demanding that the Senate reject the nomination for Kash Patel as FBI director. You know why? Because Adam Schiff is all caught up in that Russia collusion hoax. And as we told you earlier, word is that is a huge point of concern to go take care of, that you could actually push a narrative like that through the Senate against Donald Trump when he was president, trying to help Americans, which is something he had to do from day one. So sorry, Adam. You're going to have issues. And I don't even think the rhinos in the Senate are going to go against Kash Patel as FBI director.
Yeah, I sure hope not. I mean.
And if they do, then we'll bring up Andrew Bailey, Missouri's attorney general. And trust me, America will be just fine.
Yeah. Do you think that there'll be, he won't get confirmed in the Senate? You think that there's a chance?
Depends upon the rhinos that we have there, the 5 rhinos, who we know now.
Yeah.
Thanks to Donald Trump and Matt Gaetz for Matt Gaetz running. It showed him out. I think he gets approved. I do.
Okay, good.
Because I think Donald Trump will do what has to be done to get him approved.
Yes, I think he needs to.
Because Donald Trump trusts him, calls him brilliant, and he has already worked for Donald Trump in the first administration. So this is his second time around. Donald Trump will make sure that he's FBI director.
Yeah. Well,
and then he goes and does a lot of that dirty work.
Schiff was one of the few people, though, too, that on the left that came out and was like, this assassination attempt on Trump needs to be investigated, and we will not stop until we find out.
Well,
so
I don't trust a word he says.
You got that, but then
and what's he doing?
Well,
nothing.
Yeah, but and what I was going to say is then Christopher Wray, he comes right back in and it's like, there's rumors that he didn't even get hit by a bullet. I mean, he just, it's so blatantly obvious, that the whole thing, they hate Trump. Christopher Wray hates Trump. The FBI hates Trump. They all hate Trump. And so I think it's just going to be awesome and amazing if we can get Kash Patel or Bailey in there, whoever it's going to be, anybody but Christopher Wray at this point.
One other bit of breaking news that just came down. The United States has approved $725 million in new weapons to Ukraine. That's including anti-personnel landmines. So Antony Blinken, Secretary of State, said he would do everything he possibly could to get as much money and support to Ukraine before he couldn't. And they're following through on it. So hopefully Donald Trump has a plan. Hopefully he has warned Zelensky what is going to happen if they abuse power in any way until he comes in. And I trust Donald Trump on this. I do.
Yeah.
So anything else before we get out of here today, guys?
No, but little Zelensky, I mean, he just I don't know. The whole thing, I just think it's just this little guy syndrome that's just trying to show some muscle, and he just will not listen to anyone.
Would you, if somebody continues to give you money?
Well,
No.
if I truly truly cared about the people, I mean, I know that most leaders don't care about the people in their country, but if I truly cared about the people, I would be doing things completely differently than he's been doing. I mean, maybe not the first 9 months of the war. I probably would have done exactly what he did. But seeing as what's happened and that, I mean, just, the deaths on both sides, just what's happening. Yeah. I don't know. I think he just needs to rethink things.
Well, we appreciate you guys watching, liking, subscribing, jumping in. Any donations help. Canceltheshow.com. You click donation. If you know of anybody, once again, that can help us continue to do what we're doing, we are grateful for that. to provide you this. And of course, just liking, subscribing, sharing the show, letting people know what we can do. And of course, the commercial that follows us tells you a little bit about who we are and what we do. So with that, we say have an awesome day. We've got people who support us already, and we're just grateful for them. Like Complete Auto Body Repair, 7 locations throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area. Take care of your car, A to Z, get you in, get you out. They even sell cars. JMBZ Motors, they sell tires. They have a towing company. They constantly have lots of jobs opening because they're trying to employ Missouri. So give them a call, 314-731-7999, 314-731-7999. You can also go to CompleteAB.com. Once again, CompleteAB.com. Talked to David Gregory over the weekend. He is busy with his law business as he gets set to be a Missouri State Senator. Of course, you can contact Dave, conservativeinjurylawyer.com. Once again, conservativeinjurylawyer.com. The number is 314-619-4230. I've worked with Dave personally twice. Good experiences. I talked to other people. I settled on Dave, and it was the best thing that I could have because you're going to get the most money possible. He'll talk you through things that you never even thought were possible when it comes to personal injury. Joe is using him on 2 different cases. Another person I know is using him. I was contacted last Friday. Could Dave maybe help in this situation? I'm like, give him a call. We will see. And if you tell Dave you heard about him on Cancel This, he's going to make sure that whatever settlement you get has an extra 5% on it that would normally go to his attorneys because he is promoting what we do here. The phone number, 314-619-4230. You can also go to conservativeinjurylawyer.com. Winty's in the Chesterfield Valley and Winty's in Defiance, Missouri. They're there for you. I was at Winty's yesterday hanging out with Ben and his sons watching a little football. You already know. 7, 8 people will tell you their favorite food are 7 or 8 different things. Good time, just a good food. You always go back. Check out Winty's and support them. They've always supported this show as well, and we are grateful for that. It's not too late to get some custom clothing, and you may be shocked at the price. Lots of decisions, lots of choices, lifetime alterations. Sometimes we put a little pounds on. Sometimes we lose some pounds. We've all been there, but you want to go with some of the best clothes that you're going to find for the price. Ben Lawler, it's 314-862-6500, or you can email him, b.lawler@tomjames.com, b.lawler@tomjames.com. Ben will take care of you. Also, when it comes to playoff sports bar and grill in O'Fallon, it's a great place to watch the big game. Go and see Detroit Mike. We appreciate his support. Playoffs in O'Fallon, Missouri. It's in the Triad Center West area, not too far off Highway K near Highway 70. Really good time. You go in, you get your food, you have your drinks, you meet new people, you watch games. And when you go in, you tell Detroit Mike you appreciate him. Advertising on cancelthisshow.com. You need to get your realty plan in place if you're looking to buy, sell, invest. For any of those, you go to Megan Livingstone, 314-249-1708, 314-249-1708. The market is changing slowly but surely. You want to have your plan in place, a positive place with somebody who knows and has helped people. Megan.Livingstone@exprealty.com. That's Megan.Livingstone@exprealty.com. Also, when it comes to charcoal, people grilling out, you have to have Rockwood charcoal. Rockwood is the best charcoal in the state of Missouri is Rockwood. The best charcoal in the country is Rockwood charcoal. You get it at Ace Hardware. Jonathan says that's the best place to get it. You'll find it other places too. But Rockwood charcoal, I've used it. It literally breaks apart in your hand. That's how you know you have healthy charcoal, not stuff that's not natural ingredients. It breaks apart in your hand. If it doesn't, it has a bunch of bad additives in it, and that burns into your food. So you want to be careful about that. And if you're not grilling and you want to get some food, check out Capriati's. Capriati's Sandwich Shop. I'm not kidding you. It's one of the best you're going to find because they have best ingredients. The Wagyu beef is absolutely amazing. You taste the difference. And of course, if you're getting a turkey sandwich at Capriati's, they roast fresh turkeys every night. They slice them in the morning. They get them ready for their sandwiches. And if you haven't checked out what they do when it comes to their catering, you will be shocked how much great food you get for the price. And people will remember. If you have that client that you're trying to impress, oh, you use Capriati's. Take them some Capriati's in once and then see what they say. Guys, we appreciate you jumping in today. I'm glad that we're back. December's here.
Yes.
And if you know of anybody that wants to advertise, contact me, Vic@cancelthisshow.com. All right. Are we good? Is that everything, Joe?
We'll do Australia and social media tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I just didn't feel like it was right to do today.
Yeah.
By the way, Joe's running Century, our water, centuryh2o.com /discount/save sips. If you want the best water you can for your healthy body, water that's not only been cleaned, but adds magnesium, calcium, and oxygen. No other product does it. It's the only product that's doing that right now that doesn't have bits of plastic in it. Literally, it's like 10 minutes to install under your sink at the cheapest option. And then you don't have to use a water bottle ever again. Ever. Ever. And you feel great. I tell you, I sleep better. I think I look better. I think. And
you sound better.
And my energy is really, really good because I know I'm getting the ingredients that you don't normally get.
Mm-hmm.
So check it out. You get a big discount. centuryh2o.com /discount/save sips. And I know we've had several people on the show get that system and they're loving it. They're feeling better and feeling healthier. Yeah. Guys, we had a great show. Love it. We're in December. We'll see what Donald Trump does well today because everything he touches right now is turning to gold.
The golden man.
All right. For Pro Joe and Megan Marie Moret, I'm Vic Faust. Guys, thanks for watching. We will catch up with you tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Have an awesome day. Presents partner with Cancel This Show with myself, Vic Faust, and my co-host,
Megan Marie. We're ranked in the top 10% globally.
Our show has reached over 1.68 million engaged listeners, and we continue to grow monthly.
Podcasting is one of the best ways to advertise
because it offers a highly engaged audience, SEO-targeted reach,
and the ability to build a personal connection with listeners.
Dive into the dynamic world of cancel culture, politics, all current events, and the latest news with us.
It's the American taxpayers that are having to pay for all of this monkey business left and right.
Look at all of these pictures. They are using AI to generate fake photos, and we show you them. And Joe will show, we got a video of one. We've got certain pictures.
They were hiding the fact and trying to lie to the American people for months that Joe Biden was doing well.
This is Kamala. This is Joe Biden. It's Barack Obama. It's Jake Sullivan all together doing anything and everything they can to strike back at Donald Trump because he continues to kick their ass.
If that doesn't make you mad enough to vote one way or another in this election, nothing will do it.
Get your company's voice heard, your brand recognized,
and the exposure you deserve.
Does your brand align with our mission?
Let's talk and make an impact together.